I'm not sure when we do those gestures with the opening song that our gestures time up with the video. So when we do our clap, it might be off. I'm just saying.
How are you, Kurt Cruz? Welcome to the CURT Gen Podcast.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining us every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We put up this podcast for you. Please feel free to like, love, follow, subscribe, and or send money. You can do that. What? Not send money?
I mean, that would be awesome. If you want to send money, we can give you an address, but we don't require it. We're your morning show on demand. You can listen to us anytime on your favorite podcast platform.
Morning show on demand. So today, how old should kids be when they get their first phone? That's a good question. And there is a new device that will turn your dreams into actual videos.
Oh, that's interesting. What's the best part of a vacation? The TV theme song you will never skip. That was our question of the day.
Good answers for that one, by the way.
Yeah.
A lot of them. How many adults admit to peeing in the pool as an adult?
Oh, that's a good one, Kurt. And then a sports story we overlooked. Oh,
let me apologize about that. Yeah.
I haven't even read that, Kurt.
Oh, it's huge. It's huge. Yes, indeed.
Tell me about your day yesterday.
Well, fun with puppies again. And let me just say once again, we adopted these dogs from the Washington German Shepherd Rescue, and they're a total joy.
Two of
Tilly
them.
and Teddy.
Puppies, two puppies.
Yeah, those puppies. Yesterday, the fun thing was we filled up the kiddie pool with water and let them go at it, and they went just nuts.
Oh, did you take video?
Yeah, well, maybe, yeah. You always like take video, and of course, I'm from the school of well, you know, that's when the people want to see.
Yes.
That is when you can't say like, I'm not going to take a picture of my dinner here at Canlis, but the puppies, they want to see. So we'll do that. The one, Teddy, the boy, does not like, because I threw a bunch of, floatable toys in the little pool. He doesn't like things to be in the pool. He just came and took them out. So of course I threw him back in. And that was a great time. But also we were, this is completely not related, but we were cleaning out our outdoor shed, and I had an adjustable table in there. You may recall, Jen, at the old radio station we used to work at, they had adjustable tables in the studios. So you could either do your studio work, like your production work, sitting down, or you could raise the table.
Yeah.
Well, I nabbed one of those when the studios changed from their old location to the new location, and have been using it just as a tabletop, just as a work surface. But it's overstayed its use, and so we decided we were going to donate it. But we decided to take it apart first, so it wasn't this big, massive thing to move. We're doing that, and all of a sudden, this is not an electric thing. You have to use a hand crank to raise it up, but this fluid starts leaking out all over the place, and it turns out it had hydraulic fluid in it.
Oh no.
All over the yard. So I don't know if hydraulic fluid is good for grass. I'm going to say probably not.
At least it's in the grass and not in your house.
Exactly. So, and he also, I think, well, so much for donating it. We've wrecked it. So anyway, we're trying to do good, and now we have hydraulic fluid all over our yard.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Full stop. Endo story.
I had one of those days yesterday that was just one of those days,
Mm-hmm.
I was helping Pat with the remodel, and I was scrubbing this paint off the floor.
Right.
And it was right by the trim. It's like the paint that when he painted the trim had kind of seeped onto the floor, and so we needed latex remover.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm scrubbing that off. Well, I also took the paint off the trim, so he has to repaint the trim.
Right.
In a lot of space. And then we're trying to be frugal because this is costing more than we anticipated it would. So I was like, okay, he mismeasured doors. So I found new doors on OfferUp, and then I found a mirror for the bathroom on OfferUp. We went from Cedro to Marysville and back to Cedro without doors because the doors were not what they said they would be.
Of course.
We went to Everett to pick up a mirror. Nope, didn't buy that because it wasn't what they said it was, what really was. Then I forgot that leftover pizza for Pat's lunch up in Cedro, and I discovered that when we got here. And then I left the freezer door open over the weekend while you know how that is, because you lost a whole
freezer full of meat. Yeah. It was the garage freezer. Nonetheless, I had unplugged it to clean behind it, and I didn't plug it back in. Was this your in the house freezer person thing?
It was my outside freezer. So I just threw away a lot of ice cream, some leftover stuff, a little bit of meat. I mean, there was still a lot that was still fine. It seems like it was fine. I know it was it was one of those frustrating days. And then, I mean, Pat and I worked through it because we're a good team and I'm thankful for that. But we got in a little bit of a like,
Yeah.
and I hate that, right? But thankfully we worked it out before we went to bed because otherwise I wouldn't have slept at all.
It does happen, but yeah, being a good team. I mean, that's you can use my example, by the way. My wife did not kill me when I unplugged the freezer, and we probably lost because she gets all of her meat, from
Organic sources.
yeah, and so she's like, that was probably $800 worth of meat. And I was like, well, sorry, babe.
Or more. Yeah.
What else do you say? All right. Well, we
Anyway.
did not have neither of us had as bad of a day as some people did. Yeah, Ozzy Osbourne.
I was so surprised by this headline when I saw it.
Well, I wasn't surprised by that. By the way, that cover there, I thought they did a really nice job on it. It's just a couple of sisters in their living room singing the "Mama, I'm Coming Home." And again, we should point out we can't play the actual songs on this podcast because we'll get flagged, and then none of the audio will play. So I appreciate those covers. Ozzy Osbourne has had health issues for a long, long time. That's what happens when you bite the head off of a live bat. That was years and years and years ago. It was actually a dead bat, and he thought it was a fake bat, by the way. Anybody who thinks he's just a complete weirdo, he thought it was little rubber, or a plastic bat, and he's like, Trump, ooh, whoops. All right, so...
I did not know that, Kurt. Is that real?
You didn't know any of that story about the bat?
I knew about that he bit a head off a bat. I thought it was a live bat, and I had no idea that he thought it was something different.
Yeah, apparently he's not the kind of person to say, hey, this sounds like a good idea. Here's maybe a rabid animal. I'm going to eat part of it. But evidently, or he said he thought it was fake. So it is a big loss. It's sad. Ozzy died yesterday at the age of 76. From his family, it's with more sadness than mere words can convey. We have to report that our beloved Ozzy Osbourne has passed away. He was with his family, surrounded with love. And we ask everyone to respect our family privacy at this time. Of course, he started out as the lead singer of Black Sabbath, and he had a wonderful, very lucrative solo career. And then he became a reality show star.
Hold the phone.
Hmm.
He started in Black Sabbath in 1979.
1969.
1969 and got fired in 1979. Like, I feel like Black Sabbath was like part of my childhood, which it was kind of, but I think I related it more to, I don't even know. Wow.
Jen Pirek, I don't see you as being a heavy metal, early 70s Black Sabbath chick.
I wasn't.
Okay.
But did he bite off the bat when he was Ozzy Osbourne or with Black Sabbath?
I think that was when he was Ozzy. He was kind of a madman. When you have an album called Diary of a Madman, maybe you're a bit of a madman. But, okay. Obviously, as he aged, it seemed to mellow him out a bit. And it was so funny and fun on those
reality
shows. I mean, I know you know about the Osbournes, but he also did a show. Was it called On the Road with Ozzy? And he did a show with his son, Jack, where they just went to these historical sites and drove around the country in an RV. And that was actually a lot of fun, too. So, unfortunately, they did not release a reason for the death, a cause of death. But that is it for Ozzy. And if I may say on a personal note, I do think he was much, much, much more of an influence on the music world than people recognize.
Oh, I think people are super recognizing the.
Okay, well.
And you want to know what? I think we talked about this in a podcast. Pat and I were talking about this. Like, what a legacy he built.
Yep.
Like, seriously.
Now, some people would point back and say, didn't he at one time try to strangle his wife? Yes. Didn't he do jail time for burglary? Yes, when he was a kid. He's done some pretty
not great
sketchy
things,
stuff.
But he got on the more of the straight and narrow, wouldn't you say? Like he kind of smartened up and
seems to have
took life lessons to heart and
live and learn, right?
Yeah.
The next one here, you can go for this. Another death to report, unfortunately.
Well, on Sunday, this happened on Sunday. Malcolm-Jamal Warner died in an accidental drowning. We know him from the Cosby Show as Theo. That struck my heart too. I'm like, what? He was 54 years old,
and he drowned. You know, which actually he was one of the. I guess the situation was one of these where it could happen to anybody. You're waiting or whatever. You're say you're neck deep in the ocean, and all of a sudden, whoosh, those currents and stuff are nothing to be messed with, and people know that, right? So apparently he got caught in a strong current and pulled out, and that was that. So yeah,
that happened on Sunday at a family vacation in Costa Rica. So gosh, it's just such a tragedy. I just can't even believe it. I'm like, and how do you survive what was a rip current or a rip tide thingy?
There's many different issues with those currents and stuff like that. And I mean, even if you're a really strong swimmer, you can't fight that kind of power sometimes, it's, so, yep, it was, Bill Cosby actually made some, he talked about it. He sent his condolences, and apparently he had kept in touch with Bill. Last time they talked was just a couple months ago. So, Malcolm-Jamal Warner, yeah, he did stay in touch with his castmates from the Cosby Show, and that's just sad.
Okay, two sad things, but you know what? They did great things in their life, and we're moving on to some more positive things. Like, are you gonna
this? How old should kids be before they get their first phone?
This is based on a lot of scientific research, and the newest study found that 13 is the minimum age kids should get their first smartphone.
Or even be on social media.
Yeah.
And this survey, 2 million people in 164 different countries. So this is pretty thorough.
Yeah.
Kids who get access to phones and social media before the age of 13 are more likely to end up depressed, aggressive rather, and emotionally unstable in their mid-20s.
And this is what they're blaming it on. It's three main things: poor sleep, because they're likely in bed scrolling; cyberbullying, not just from other kids. Being online exposes them to all kinds of hate. And then poor family relationships. Once they have the internet in their hands, they start drifting away from family members. And it is true. Like, I am constantly like, Macy, get off your phone while you're eating. Macy, there's no phones at the table. Macy, it's time to go to bed. I mean, it's like this constant battle of the phone.
You know what? And maybe we're there now. A very long time ago, and I'm not this is just going back to what I was thinking. Not that I'm some psychological genius at all, because I'm not. But once social media started taking over, I was thinking this can't be a good thing. There's people that are sharing their lives on social media, but they're kind of creating these perfect lives where their kids get nothing but good grades and they go on these great vacations and whatever, which is true. It's great if that happens. However, my concern was that some people are going to say, hey, I got to maintain this perfect life that I've put out there. And this sort of relates to this story that we may be at that point now where they're starting to see science is saying, listen, these things are actually happening. Kids are being gravely affected by these kind of things with social media.
Not to mention that half the information that they're consuming is false anyway.
The amount of BS out there, and this is very frustrating too, especially with in the current political climate. It's well, I saw this thing that said this. It's like, well, I saw something that said the opposite.
You got to think for yourself and do your own research. That's for sure.
It's tough for sure.
Hello, it's me.
I like this song.
I thought about us for a long, long time.
We have two kind of telephone stories back to back.
Yeah. What's this one, Kurt Cruz?
Well, evidently, and this is from a recruiter, a work recruiter. Do Gen Zers answer the phone without saying anything? And let me just say, we don't want to pick on Gen Z. Just these stories pop up and we share them. And often they're about Gen Z. So here's the deal. This recruiter is going viral for her observation that when Gen Zers answer the phone, they don't say anything. They wait for you to say hello first.
And she does a ton of interviews. That was the whole thing. She's like, I'm a recruiter. I do a ton of phone interviews. And that's something that she's noticed when she's called people in this particular age group. Mm-hmm. They're not saying anything when they answer. They wait for you to say something first. What?
A little off subject, but we had a Mexican student staying with us a long, long time ago, an exchange student, and when she would call, she would start talking first. I thought, and of course, I'm like, I don't know, 14 at the time, but she'd call and say, "Hello, it's me," blah 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 blah, and I thought that was odd that she would just start talking first, but she would not wait for me to
No,
say
even
something.
say hello, not even to say
Yeah.
hello.
And I thought maybe that's a cultural thing, but in this case, here's what this recruiter says: like, I can hear they're breathing in the background noise, but they wait for you to say hello first, like you just said. And it's not that they don't know who is calling or think it's somebody else. Of course, they can see, on their phone ID. The recruiter says that these calls were scheduled by the candidate, so they know she's going to be calling, and then they just pick up the phone and don't say anything. Which, by the way, I know pick up the phone is a dated phrase too. By the way,
You what? Say that again.
I pick up the phone is kind of a dated phrase too. Chick, chick. Hello. Hello, hello. Although you do have to physically pick it up sometimes.
A
Now, a
millennial
millennial responded to this. What did the millennials say about the Gen Zers not answering the phone?
responded saying that a hello greeting isn't just having good manners, it actually has a purpose. Good job, millennials.
Mm-hmm. It does have a purpose. Yes, they know who's calling, but and also it's just a nice greeting. So
Yeah.
something else about
Say
Gen
something.
Z.
When you answer the phone, say don't have to say hello. You could just say, "This is so and so," or
Mhm.
"Who am I speaking with, please?" Or I mean,
Mhm.
there's so many different things.
My dad just used to answer the phone and go, "J. Cruz," just like that.
I love it.
Yeah, with his deep old voice.
Yeah. You're like,
Hey.
you said, put in this story, Jen. I want you to put this story in because I have a story about this story.
She's like, "Have you ever heard of Attack of the 50-Foot Woman, the movie?"
I have not. I have never heard of it. I've never seen it. I don't even know anything about it.
Well, you're not a big fan of bad movies like I am. The Plan 9s from Outer Space, the Robot Monsters, Attack of the 50-Foot Woman. They're so bad, they're good. It was and still is a movie from 1958, Attack of the 50-Foot Woman. This is like Fatal Attraction, except the woman is 50 feet tall.
Well, and Tim Burton is going to remake it.
Right. Tim Burton's going to remake this. And who's going to be the 50-foot woman in the title?
Well, this is rumor that Margot Robbie, Barbie, is going to star in it.
Now, on a personal note, a 50-foot tall Margot Robbie is not necessarily a bad thing.
Oh my God, Kurt. I knew it. I knew there'd be something like that coming from you.
Well, the gist with the original movie, you had this rich woman named Nancy Archer. She grows in size to around 50 feet after an encounter with a giant alien, and then she seeks revenge on her philandering husband. Bam!
What?
One more reason not to philander. If your wife turns out to be 50 feet tall, you're going to be in trouble.
How does it end?
I'm not going to give away the ending.
Okay, let's move
Go
on.
see it. I'll be first in line.
A 50-foot Margot Robbie, I'm in. Our question of the day: which TV show theme song will you never skip? I'm going to say you're welcome for creating an earworm for you after we get done with this.
It's true, especially since we're going to play a few examples of some of those clips.
Oh, we are? Are we allowed?
Well, I want to just start with, and other people said this as well, but we on Monday when we were talking about this, I said one of my favorites was the theme song to WKRP in Cincinnati, right? An absolute
Baby, if you'd ever wondered
classic.
whatever became of me.
So there's that. But the cool thing about KRP is it also had an awesome closing theme. Do you remember the closing theme as well?
No, I don't think so. I mean, I didn't know that was the closing of that show.
Well, what's funny about this song, for the longest time, I was like, what the hell?
What is it, Kurt?
The lyrics are just gibberish. When the guy, and I forget his name, I apologize. When he was writing the song, he's like, I put the song and I started going, it's just all they're nonsense words. As far as I can tell, it appears to be red tooth bartender boxing night in her hair, but that's probably not right.
Oh my God.
All right, that's true story. So there's
Okay,
mine.
I love stories like that.
What did you have, Jen?
Well, first of all, I'm going to say you're in good company because Bender big radio show host in Seattle, commented on our post saying his favorite show theme song that he will never skip is also WKRP in Cincinnati.
Most radio people. Plus, I lived in Cincinnati at the time when that was on. So we're still waiting on yours, Jen. Your favorite TV theme.
I mean, I have so many of them. I was like Jetsons, Flintstones, Gilligan's Island, Love Boat. I mean, and some of these are mentioned by other people. So Kevin said classics like Hawaii Five-0, Taxi, St. Elsewhere, Barney Miller, Sanford and Son, Cheers, and House and X-Files. Like he had a lot of them.
The Taxi theme is actually a song called Angela by the jazz musician Bob James. Why do I know that?
I don't know, Kurt Cruz. Why?
Because I remember stupid stuff and I don't remember important stuff. Cam said the theme to Cops, Bad Boys.
Bad Boys, Bad Boys. What you gonna do?
Brittany, the theme to the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air is the one that she will never skip. And Randy said Cheers. There you go. Everybody knows your name.
Jackie said Greatest American Hero, Bosom Buddies, Fall Guy. Debbie said Brady Bunch because I'm old. She's a little laugh out loud. Terry, is it your sister said Tiny Toons? We're tiny, we're toony, we're all a little loony.
Good one, Terry. Sierra, and this is Pat's niece?
No, Pat's daughter-in-law.
Oh, okay. The OC, One Tree Hill, 90210, Laguna Beach, The Hills, and Full House. And just so you know, Sierra, with the exception of Full House, those other ones are all the same show.
No, Kurt! That's rude.
Cheryl said the theme to Friends. Yeah.
Chris said Three's Company, come and knock on our door. We've been waiting for you. Edith said One Tree Hill. Jen said Parenthood. Paul said Magnum PI, Scooby-Doo. And we already talked about Bender.
Edith also said Gilmore Girls. Laurel, The Big Bang Theory, written and performed by the Bare Naked Ladies.
Oh, I did not know that.
Her grandson, who's now 13, used to sing it when he was just a couple years old. Sanford and Son theme, says Matt. It's all instrumental. Yep.
Phil said the Andy Griffith theme song, which is all whistling. You whistle? I can't whistle very well. That's awesome. I forgot about that.
Carol has a long list. Friends, Big Bang Theory, Heartland, The Love Boat, Facts of Life, White Collar, and Fire Country. Go with Facts of Life. That's what you're saying.
Yes.
I don't know the words. You know the words?
The Facts of Life.
The Facts of Life. Facts of Life.
Oh my God, I just had them on the tip of my tongue. Okay, the Facts of Life.
Leslie, the Dukes of Hazzard thing. Just cute old boy.
I had to look that one up because someone else, when we were talking amongst my friends when I was asking this, someone did say the Dukes of Hazzard, and I'm like, I don't even know that theme song at all. And we looked it up. I'm like, I got nothing. Like, I watched that show. I don't remember it at all.
Gilligan's Island.
Marilyn said that.
Rachel says Big Bang Theory. That's been a popular one.
Susie said Beverly Hillbillies and Mr. Ed. Oh, I liked Mr. Ed too. Jody Lynn said Courtship of Eddie's Father. I don't know.
Oh, that song by Harry Nilsson. People, let
idea.
me tell you about my best friend.
Oh, I know that one.
That should have been a hit in its own right.
That's the name of the TV show, though?
The Courtship of Eddie's Father, yeah.
Wow. Lynn said Mad Men. Jody said Golden Girls. Connie said...
You just put this in. How about that? Connie, I did not read this yet. Connie said Angela, but Taxi, the theme song by Bob James. So
that's
we were
what you
both
just
right.
talked about. That's what you just talked about.
Wow.
Yeah.
And Barb says the Mary Tyler Moore theme. I don't remember that off the top of my head. Do you have that one?
I don't have. I watched that show, and if you started the theme song, I bet I could sing it, but I don't remember it.
Isn't that something with lyrics? If you can't recall them in your head, somehow the trigger of hearing the song, and then you know the whole thing.
Yeah, I love it.
Great answers, by the way. Thank you all for participating in that. That was a fun one.
I love that one so much.
Absolutely. And good question on your part, Jen. Thanks for coming up with that one.
Dream on, dream on, dream on, dream on, dream on, dream on, dream on.
Can't believe she hit the high notes. There's a new AI device that turns your dreams into videos.
Tell me more.
Okay, I'll read this verbatim. A group of tech nerds in Amsterdam came up with a new gadget called a dream recorder. It turns your dreams into videos. So I'm thinking,
even?
ooh, brain scanner, reading your brain, figuring out your dreams. It turns out it doesn't actually scan your brain waves. You have to remember your dream, describe what it was, and then AI turns
Oh.
your dream description into a video.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I hope my roommate Jackie is listening because she has the weirdest effing dreams. And so that's going to make for a good movie.
Right. They say that a good movie, Jackie's Dreams. A little bigger than an alarm clock. It has a screen in the front that shows colorful low-def clips of your dream. All the examples they shared, and you can look these up if you want. This says all the examples they shared look more like an acid trip than real life.
Jackie, if you're listening and you try this, I want to see the results.
The good news is, yes, it's somewhat affordable for regular folks. The bad news is you can't buy one. You have to build it. What? Oh, man.
It's built on top of an AI video app called Luma. They say the total cost is around $330 plus 15 cents per dream. I mean, that's cheap for a dream, you know?
That's one of these stories that if I would have proofread it, I would have said,
listen, if you have a spicy dream, you could upload that onto OnlyFans afterwards.
There you go. Maybe make some dollars on your dreams if you wanted to.
How much is that doggy in the window? That one with that waggly tail.
Don't shake your head at me, Jen Pirak.
I know this is you, Kurt Cruz. What is the best part of vacation for dog owners? 42% say that it's coming home to see their dog.
I was surprised by that. I mean, I put the T's in there as what's the best part of vacation. But yeah, I was surprised to find this story. 40% of people say the best part of vacation is, actually 42%, coming home to their dog can be the part of the trip they enjoy the most. That could be because that many of them constantly worry about their dog while they're away, and 22% miss their dog so much that it can impact the fun of their trip.
Listen, I love Snotty Sailor a lot. But if I'm on my Italy vacation, I maybe gave her one thought and maybe thought, I hope Sailor's living her best life. Here I go to get some gelato.
Well, you're way better than we are because we just came back from Florida and we were very concerned about the pups. Not concerned like, we had a good person watching them. It went great. But, as long as you get, and I know I'm just a little big baby crybaby about this, but as long as we get the daily updates and a photo.
Who watched the puppies?
We had a person that we knew that also worked with rover.com.
Oh.
And so yeah, she did a great job. Natalie, thank you very much. And yeah, I highly recommend, but yep, that was good.
Pet owners miss their dogs an average of 13 distinct times per day when away. That I don't fit into that category, but you do. Congratulations,
Yeah,
Cruz.
that's because I actually like my dogs.
All right, we got to move on.
Okay, sorry about that. I know you like your dogs as well, so I'm just playing around. Here we go.
I want candy.
Your Kit Kat and Reese's Peanut Butter Cups
Candy.
are officially getting pricier. This is from Hershey. They told us. They told their retail partners they're raising prices by a percentage in the lower double-digit range over what its chocolate products cost over the past couple of years. Here you go. Cocoa futures rose 170% in 2024 after a 61% increase in 2023. That's because the cocoa, which comes mostly, 60% of the cocoa comes from the Ghana and the Ivory Coast. They've been hit by poor harvest due to weather exacerbated by climate change. I should say that Hershey noted this price increase is not related to tariff or trade policies, but the reality is if, the ingredients of your product go up by 178, 228%, give or take,
then your product has to go up too.
you're going to have to raise the prices of your product too. So,
Kurt, I remember reporting on that story like a handful of years ago about how the cocoa crops had been very much affected, and now we're starting to see the result of that.
but still enjoy your Kit Kats, right?
Break me off a piece of that Kit Kat bar.
Just get the giant bag of minis. Maybe they're not as affected by this.
He's going the distance. He's going for speed.
What's going on with this? This is the sports story we overlooked on Monday.
Let's keep this short because we are running short on time. The English village of Norfolk turned slow motion into a sport over the weekend. Saturday, the World Snail Racing Championships, where you take snails, you put them on a ring, kind of looks like I don't know, a target, with different rings on it. It's about 14 inches wide. You paint a number on the shells of your snail and you say, go. And whoever gets to the outside of the ring first is the winner. This year it was Bilbo Sluggins, the name of the snail who won. He inched his way to victory in 2 minutes and 11 seconds. Not worth the build-up?
His handler, Shell Rowe, didn't own him. She rented the little racer for the competition.
She rented a snail.
Did
Wow.
she win a lot of money? I mean, what was the prize? I mean, what the heck? You tricked us.
The prize was like some lettuce for the snail to munch on, and
No,
I think a
let's
tiny
not.
little trophy.
Jeez Louise.
This is your story. Go.
How many Americans admit they pee in the pool, have peed in a pool as an adult?
All of them?
In a new survey, just over half, 53% of Americans admit they've peed in a pool as an adult, and 48% don't wash their swimsuit with soap after every swim. Talk to me. Talk to me about this, Kurt. Have you peed in the pool that you're willing to admit as an adult?
As an adult? I don't know. Well,
I have. 100% I have.
I haven't been in a pool very much as an adult, so I think not. But
And
probably.
also, but I wash my swimsuit every time.
What about what you did in the pool? There's the question.
What do you mean what you did in the pool?
Well, you should tell everybody else to wash their swimsuit too, because you polluted the waters. This is actually, do you want to go with this gross second paragraph here?
Yes, say it.
About a quarter of people also complained they would not report a, quote, code brown, AKA poop in a community or hotel pool because it could lead to the pool being temporarily closed down. I don't care. If I see a turd floating in the pool and it's not a Baby Ruth,
Right.
I'm saying something.
That's what I was just going to say. 63% of frequent swimmers say they regularly eat or drink while in the pool. Yeah, that's pretty common, which may seem harmless, but it often leaves behind crumbs, spills, and sticky residue in the water. 48% of people say they regularly use the pool to rinse dirt or sand from their bare feet or sandals. No, use the little shower on the side. Don't do that.
Yeah, use a little shower on the side, peoples.
And it's funny, I was reading this, where did it go? That like when people smell chlorine, like really strong chlorine smell, they feel like the pool is really clean. And that is not true. Chlorine is added to sanitize pools, but every containment weakens the chlorine. So if a human, contaminants weaken the chlorine.
What you're saying is when you go to the pool, you're swimming in pee.
In reality, that smell comes from chloramines, which are chemical byproducts that form when chlorine reacts to contaminants. So it's really more that there's a lot of, if you smell strong chlorine at a pool, it's because it's been contaminated a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
and if you look into that pool, you'll probably find Jen in it, is what I'm understanding.
peeing, apparently. I feel like there's so much fun music in this show, Kurt. Thanks.
No problem. That was the goal. Last story before the question of the day. Tesla Diner has opened. The first Tesla Diner opened in West Hollywood this week, and it's exactly what it sounds like, an eatery owned by the automaker Tesla, where you can grab a bite while charging your Model Y. Or
I think that's
model.
pretty brilliant, actually, because why not? If you've got to stop and plug in, you may as well eat too.
What can you expect if you go to this Tesla Diner?
2 66-foot LED screens that play movies, a humanoid robot that serves popcorn, a menu with burgers, fries, and something called Epic Bacon. If it's successful, Tesla's going to expand the futuristic concept to more cities, and I hope it comes to Seattle, because even though I don't have a Tesla or an electric car, I'm still going to go.
I wonder if you get to go. Is it forbidden unless you can charge the car?
Probably can't go. Freaking Elon.
Elon. You want to shake your fist while you're at it? Elon.
And Elon.
Okay, Jen.
Our question of the day for Friday. So we'll talk about this Friday. We'll post it on our social media page on Facebook, Kurt and Jen in the Morning, for you to answer. And that is, what was a special treat meal? I'm going to put that in quotes. Treat meal your family had as a kid. Like, I know mine right away. It was fondue.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't even learn till fondue what it was until I think I was in college.
And if we were going, like if I was at my grandparents, our treat meal would be going to it was called the meat market. It doesn't exist anymore. And it had, like, I was so excited about it because number one, I got steak, and number two, I got my own soft serve ice cream that I got to go up to the bar and do myself.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't have a story to compare with that.
What was your treat meal as a kid?
We were a pretty, Midwest family. So I get, at the time you don't know because you're a kid, but I think we were pretty much just a meat and potatoes family. This idea, this current idea that there are young people that are foodies didn't even occur to us. It was like, okay, here's what mom made, eat it. So I guess we got a special treat every now and again if she would make homemade Skyline chili, the Cincinnati style chili over spaghetti. So that was probably a special treat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let us know yours, a special treat meal that your family had when you were just a youngin'. We will have those for you on Friday, right?
We do new episodes every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Like I said before, we are your morning show on demand, and we hope you can enjoy us any time of the day. So we'll see you on Friday. Until then, make good choices, find joy, spread kindness, and laugh.
And laugh.
It's good for your soul. Have a good one, everybody.